Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to go over a complete guide on creating an NFT collection along with building a claiming application where users will be able to claim this NFT. We're going to be taking previous videos that we've done before and combining them into one complete project. By the end of this project, you'll have a front-end application where someone can claim an NFT, and this will be hosted live. We're going to use Vercel to host our web app. We'll also link a demo one down in the description if you want to go and test it out. So the things we're going to be covering in this video is one, setting up a split contract in case you are creating an NFT collection and you need to share the earnings or revenue from this NFT collection. The split contract will allow you to pay out certain wallet addresses, a certain percentage, and this can be done all on chain through the split contract. We'll then create an ERC 721 smart contract or an NFTDrop, which we will then create some NFTs. We'll give them pre-revealed metadata, which means everyone will have a non-revealed NFT when they claim, and we'll reveal the NFT at the time we choose. We'll also build a front-end application where a user can claim these NFTs. We'll set up claim conditions, and with the claim conditions, we'll go through each and every claim condition and how to use them. We'll also display what claim condition and what the requirements are on our front-end application as well. And again, by the end of this, you should be able to deploy your very own NFT collection and put it up on a domain that you can share with people to claim your NFT. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at a demo of what the end result of our NFT project will be. So right here on my computer, we have our NFT project or collection. This is actually deployed on Vercel with our own domain here, which is just NFT collection Vercel. We'll link this down in the description if you want to go and check it out. Here you can see we have a card here that has some information of our smart contract, the title, the description. It also says what claim phase we're in, what the price is of that claim phase, how much tokens have been claimed, how much total token there are in this contract, and down here it says connect wallet to claim. So we have a connect wallet up here in the top right. We'll connect with our MetaMask wallet. You can see once we connect with our MetaMask wallet, it'll let us know if we are eligible to claim. Right now, we're in a special claim phase, which is a public claim with allowlist discount. And what this allows you to do is override certain wallet addresses to have different claim conditions. So initially, if we disconnect again and see here, public price is 0.025, but with the wallet connected, you can see because this is a special wallet, it is 0.1. So we can change the price and everything accordingly. You can see here we have a claim button. You can also select the quantity. We have it maxed out at 2 right now because that is the max that you can claim within this phase. So if you do 1, we can hit claim NFT. You see a transaction comes and we can confirm. And you can see that the transaction is going through. And once we have claimed the NFT, it brings us to our profile page where we can see all the NFTs that we have collected. The profile page is just this My NFTs link up here. It'll show a shortened, truncated version of our wallet address. It'll show all of our NFTs. So if we come back to My NFTs, I switch wallet here. You can see it connects to a different wallet, and this wallet here only has one NFT in it. So again, that was just a quick example of what we're going to be building, a very simple NFT collection, but a front-end application where you can claim these NFTs, view the different claim phases, and even view the NFTs that a connected wallet owns. So without wasting any time, let's jump back on the computer and get started. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to head on over to thirdweb.com and we're going to deploy ourselves a split contract. Now, if we scroll down here under marketplaces, you'll see split here. And the split contract allows us to put in a bunch of wallet addresses. So say you're working with a team for your NFT collection. You have maybe your main payout wallet, and maybe you hired an artist, a developer, or marketing team, or whatever different positions that you need to pay out. With the split contract, all the funds from your NFT collection are going to go directly into this contract, and you can set up the different wallet addresses and the percentages of the total earnings that each wallet address should get. And with the split contract, you can distribute those funds directly to those wallet addresses with one click. So with the split contract, we're going to hit deploy. We're going to name this. So we're going to name this, we'll name it NFT collection split, and we'll give it a symbol here. I'll just call it split. And you can see here, split settings, we have to define the recipients and share percentages for each contract. So in here, you can put the wallet address, and then in here, you're going to put the total amount of percentage that that wallet address should be getting. So I have some wallet addresses here, and I'm going to do, say this is our main wallet. So we'll do 50. We'll add a recipient here. We'll do another wallet address. We'll say this one gets 10. We'll add another one. We'll say this person gets 15. And then we'll add one more. And we will say that this person will get the remaining one. And that's 25%. So all your wallets here should equal a total share of 100%. So you just want to make sure that you divvy up everything accordingly to the wallet addresses. And you can always check the total down here. So if I make it 5%, you can see it only reaches 80 and we need it to reach 100. So make it 25. Now for this, we are going to deploy this on the Mumbai testnet. This is just what we're going to be using for this tutorial. But over here in this dropdown, you can select the blockchain or network that you want to deploy your contracts to. Again, because this is all going to be part of one project, you do want to deploy everything on the same network. But again, we're going to choose Mumbai and select deploy now. Once the transaction comes up, go ahead and confirm it and sign the message to add it to your dashboard. And once it has been deployed, you'll be brought to your contract dashboard here. Now in here, you can, on the left-hand navigation under extensions, there's balances. And this is where we'll see what the total funding of this contract is. And you can see down here the wallet recipients and the percentages according to those wallets. Once this contract is filled with the earnings from your NFT collection, you'll be able to distribute the funds to the wallets accordingly. But back in our overview page here, at the top, we're just going to need to copy this contract address and save it on the side. We'll need that for when we create our NFT contract. So that does it for the split contract. We're going to leave it here for now. I'm going to open up a new tab here and we're going to browse contracts again. Now that we have our split contract set, we're going to create our NFT collection. And what we're going to use is the NFTDrop contract. Now, if we click on it, you can read a little bit more about the NFTDrop contract. But what the NFTDrop contract is an ERC 721A standard smart contract. So similar to like the PFP NFT collections out there, this is going to create ERC 721 tokens. So each NFT in this collection will be its own individual non-fungible token, different from an ERC 1155, which is kind of a semi-fungible token. Again, an ERC 721 allows us to create an individual token for each NFT within the collection. Now in the top right, we'll hit deploy. You can name your NFT collection here. We'll just name it NFT collection. We'll give it a symbol. We'll call it NFTC, and then we'll add a description and just put this is an example of an NFT collection that we created using Third Web. We can add an image here, so let me grab one really quick. I just have this artwork here that we're going to use. Now under royalties and primary sales, this is where we can switch the address that these funds are going to. So royalties, this is the address that will receive the revenue from royalties that are earned from secondary sales. So whether it's from a marketplace or something, this is the wallet address or the contract address that the royalties are going to go to. So for our case, we can copy the split contract and we can replace it. By default, it's the wallet address that is deploying the contract, but we can make it the split contract. That way the funds get deposited into that contract and we can then distribute them to the necessary wallets. We can set a percentage for royalties here. So let's just say 3%. And the primary sales, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to change this to the split contract address here. And again, we're going to deploy this on the Mumbai testnet. You're going to select and make sure that this is on the same network as your split contract. Once that is set, we'll hit deploy now, confirm the transaction, and you can sign to add it to your dashboard. Once that's been deployed, we'll be brought to our NFTDrop dashboard here. You can see that we have a contract checklist. The first one is already completed, which is just deploying our contract. The next step is to upload our NFTs. So we have to head to the NFTs tab to upload our NFT metadata. Now you can click this link here, or on the left-hand navigation under the extensions, we have the NFTs tab right here. So clicking on that, you can see we don't have any NFTs right now lazy minted to our contract, but that is what we're going to do here. So you can single upload NFTs, which will allow you to do them individually. You can put the name, the image, description, and you can add the property or traits here. Or you can batch upload, and batch uploading, you can download one of these example files here. So you can download a CSV file or the JSON file. And there's some instructions here that we need to follow in order to create our metadata. So we'll just download the JSON file here, and we can open this in our code editor. So right here, this is the example template that you get downloaded when you download the metadata for batch uploads. So here you have the name of the NFT, the description of the NFT, the image of the NFT, and then you can add your attributes and everything here. So each one of these you can see here is what is needed for one whole NFT. Now your attributes, you can just add an array of attributes here. I'm actually going to remove attributes from our metadata here, and we're just going to do a name, description, and an image. So let me just delete this one as well. So your name, you can name this whatever you want. So we'll just say NFT. You can give it a number if you want to, 0, 1, 1, whatever you want to name it. You can have the description here. You can name this or give it whatever description you want. And then you'll put in the IPFS hash here for the image. With Third Web, if we come back here, I'm gonna open a new tab. We're gonna click on storage here. So with storage, you can actually upload your own images and media to IPFS, and you can do that all within Third Web here. So to do that, we'll just grab an image, we'll drag it in here, and then all you need to do is hit start upload. Once it's uploaded, you'll be given the IPFS hash right over here. You can copy that, and that's what you can use in your code under the image here. And again, this is just a way to upload your own media. You can drag in multiple medias if you want and start that upload as well. In return, each one of those will get its own NFT or its own IPFS hash. You can copy that and you can put that in as well. So I have an example one here that has 100 NFTs. There's only 3 images, so I just repeat the 3 over again. But with yours, again, you will be representing the image with whatever image that NFT is supposed to be. But again, I just have an example of 100 here. We're going to save that, and we'll head back to our NFT collection here, and we'll head to batch upload. And we can just drag that JSON file into there. And you can see here, we'll get a quick preview of all the images, the NFT, the description, and properties and everything if you had that set up. So you can see here, you can go through and look at all of your NFTs. Once that is set, you're going to hit next. Now this, when you batch upload, you can choose whether you want to reveal upon mint, which means that once someone claims this NFT, they'll be able to see exactly what they got. Or you can do a delayed reveal. And the delayed reveal means that every NFT claimed will have a placeholder image. And only when you choose to reveal the NFT will the images and the metadata of the NFT change. So in this case, we're going to do a delayed reveal. You have to set a password. This password is required when you want to actually reveal the NFTs. So we'll just set a password here. Then we just need to grab a placeholder image for our NFT. So we'll just say this here is our placeholder image. We'll give it a name. You can name it your project name or whatever you want. I'm just going to say a placeholder image here. You can give it a description. So this is a placeholder example. And from here, we can upload 100 NFTs. We'll click on that. A transaction will appear. We just have to confirm it. And once that is successfully done, you can see here we have all 100 of our NFTs. They're all set to our placeholder metadata, which is that image, our placeholder name and description, and they all have the same thing. And you can see here we now have a reveal NFTs button, which will then reveal all of our NFTs whenever we choose to do so. We'll come back to that a little bit later on in this video. So again, we deployed our contract. We now have all of our NFTs here. They have a placeholder image, which we'll reveal later. The next thing we need to do is set a claim condition. So back on the left-hand navigation here, under the NFTs tab in that extension section, we have claim conditions. Now by default, there is no claim condition set. So if you deploy an NFT drop and you don't set a claim condition, no one will be able to claim an NFT, including yourself. A claim condition is needed to specify the conditions needed to claim an NFT from this collection. Now, if we hit add phase, there's a bunch of different claim phases that we can add. We're going to go through all of them in this tutorial so you have a better understanding of each of them. We're only going to set one of them now just so we can build our application and claim an NFT. But the first one, and they kind of go in order going up here, is the owner only phase. Now in owner only, this means that the deployer wallet of the contract can claim NFTs and it will cost nothing for that wallet to claim an NFT. And you can claim, if we select it, you can claim however many NFTs you want for free. You just got to pay for the gas for it. So we'll just name this, we'll call it owner claim here. And by default, the date will start immediately. So we're going to hit save phase. And this is for if you are deploying out your contract and say you need to claim a set amount of NFTs for your team or for distribution, you can do the only owner mint here, which will allow you to claim those for free. We'll confirm this transaction to set that phase. And once that is set, you can see that is our currently active phase. Now, going over allow list. So allow list, this is going to be where you can specify and put in a set list of wallet addresses that can claim the NFT at the time. So again, this is for if you have a list of wallets, you can specify that here. You can specify a price and everything and a claim amount. But we'll go into more detail because we are, again, going to go through all of these. Public with allow list means that public, it's open to anyone to claim, but you can add some special claim conditions to specific wallet addresses. So we can make it public, and let's just say the public price is 0.02 Matic. We can make it so that a set list of wallet addresses have to or get to pay 0.01 Matic instead of the public 0.02. So you can add some special conditions to certain wallet addresses. And then finally, the public, this just means that it's open, it has a set price, open to anyone and everyone, and they can claim your NFT. But again, we're just going to start with owner only here. We save that phase, and that does it for now for our NFT drop contract. Next thing we're going to do is build out our front-end application so that people can visit a domain or website and claim our NFT. Right? So I'm going to open up my terminal here. Let me just enlarge this. So in our terminal here, we're going to create our application. So I'm going to run npx third web at latest create app. We're going to give our project a name. We'll call this NFT collection app. We're going to select the blockchain we want to use. We're using EVM since we're on the Mumbai testnet. And we're going to select Next.js and a TypeScript for this application. And once that's done, we will change into our NFT collection app here and open this in our code editor. And in our code editor, we'll head into our pages folder here and go into our _app.tsx file. Now, this is where we're going to set up the main things for our third web application here. First thing is our active chain. we're going to switch this to the chain that we deployed our contracts to, which is the Mumbai testnet. Now, if you did deploy this on a separate chain, you can always check out our chain list site and you can see what needs to be done, whether you need to import additional chains. But again, we'll link down in the description more information around that. So once we have that active chain set, that's all we need to do really for this one here. Next, in our file directory, we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it const to hold our constants here, which is just going to be a file that we call addresses.ts. And in here, we're going to store our contract addresses. We're only storing one in here, which is just our NFT contract address. But if we have to store more contract addresses that we are going to use later on in our application, we can just store it all within this one place to keep it nice and organized. So we're going to grab that contract address. So coming back to our dashboard here, I'm going to copy that contract address of our NFT collection. We're going to come back here, paste that in, and save that there. Next, we'll head back in the pages folder to the index.tsx file. And you can see here we have some template boilerplate code here. Actually, if we run this, if we run yarn dev here, we can take a look at our application. And you can see here, this is the boilerplate or templated code that you get with a little connect wallet button and everything. But what we're going to do is just remove a bunch of this here. So I'm going to actually delete everything within the main container div here. And we're going to delete this connect wallet here. And if I come back to our demo site here, we're going to just create this little navbar here first that has a link to our homepage, a link that will show my NFTs only if a wallet is connected. So if a wallet isn't connected, we're not going to show my NFTs because we won't know whose NFTs to show. So only when a wallet is connected will it show my NFTs and guide that person to their profile page that will show their NFTs. So again, we're going to create that navbar first. So back in our code editor here, I'm going to, in our file directory, create a new folder. We're going to call this one components. And in that components folder, I'm going to create a new file called navbar.tsx. And we'll create our navbar here. And in our navbar, we'll first create a container here. I'm going to import the style sheet that we have. So styles from our style sheet, which is under styles, this style sheet right over here. But in there, we can then use a class name and set this to a container. And within that container, I'm going to create another div. This one, I'm going to give it a class name of styles.navbar. Now, I do have some styles that I have set up for this application. If you want to just copy the same styles, you can copy or check out the repo in the link down in the description. But again, you can just style this however you want. For the time's sake of this tutorial, everything has been kind of made already. So within this navbar here, again, first on the left-hand side, we want to create a link to navigate us back to our homepage. So we're just going to make a link that will route us back to our homepage there. And then we'll just give our name for our link. So we're just going to say NFT collection and close that off. Then we're going to create another div here. This one is going to have the class name of styles.navlinks. And then in navlinks, we're going to have our little link that brings us to my NFTs. And then on the far right, we will have and add our connect wallet button from ThirdWeb. So if we take a look at our application again, we don't have it because we didn't add it to our app here. So back in our app _app.tsx, we're going to add our navbar right above our components here. Save that. And there you can see we have our NFT collection and our connect wallet button. Now we wanted to display our nav links only when a wallet is connected. So to do that, we can check if our app has a wallet connected. And what we're going to do is we're going to first create a variable here called address. And we can get the address of a connected wallet on our application by using the use address hook from ThirdWeb. So what that will do is it will give us the wallet address of the connected wallet if there is one, and if there isn't, address will just be undefined. So with that, we can check if there is an address, and if there is an address, then we can show the link to the profile page. And this is going to link, we're going to create this later on, but we're going to link to profile and then the wallet address there. And then this is just going to say my NFTs, and we'll just close off that link there. So coming back to our application, we can check. It doesn't show the link right now because we don't have a wallet connected. Once we connect a wallet, you can see we now have our My NFTs link, which will bring us to our profile page that we will create a little later on. So coming back to our demo application here, next thing we need to do is create this card here, which is going to be the card that we use to claim our NFTs. It's going to display all the information about claiming our NFT and our NFT itself, from the image, the name, the description, what claim phase we're in, what the price is, what's the total claimed, and even show if we're eligible to claim or not. So we're going to build all of that right now. So back in our code editor, we're going to head back to our index.tsx page, and we're going to grab a few things first because we need some information to display. First thing we're going to get is our address here. So we're going to use the same thing, store our address and use the use address hook. We're going to get our contract. So we're going to get our contract here. And to get our contract, we're going to use the use contract hook from ThirdWeb, and all we need to pass through this is our contract address that we stored. Make sure we import use contract here. Now that we have our contract, let's get the metadata of our contract. This is going to be able to grab us the image, the name, and the description of our contract. So with that, we can store the data under contract metadata. We can check is loading, and we can start at is contract metadata loading. And with this, we will use the use contract metadata hook, and we just need to pass the contract that we're getting the metadata for, which was the contract we got right up here. Next, we need to grab what claim phase we're in. So we're going to grab the active claim phase. We're also going to grab the total supply and the total claimed amount of the NFT so we can display that to our user as well. So we'll get the active claim phase first. So we'll get our data and we'll call this active claim phase. We can check is loading active claim phase. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use active claim condition, but we're going to use the active claim condition for a wallet, because depending on the wallet connected, there may be certain things that differ if we're doing like a public with allow list, or if we're just doing an allow list. We want to make sure that we display what the claim condition for that specific wallet is. And we just need to put in the contract that we're checking the claim condition for. And because we're doing it for wallet, we need to put in the wallet address that we're checking it against, which is, again, the wallet that is connected to our app using the use address hook. We can then get the total supply here. So we'll get total supply. We'll check if total supply is loading. And we'll use the use total count hook here, again just checking that for the contract that we have from above. And we'll also get the total claimed, which is going to be we'll do right here, total claimed, and we're going to use the use total circulating supply, and again the contract is what we're checking it for. We also want to be able to grab the max claimable amount of NFTs for the connected wallet. So we're going to create a variable here called max claimable. And this is going to, we're going to parse int here just because we get a string back when we check it. So under active claim phase, there is a max claimable per wallet. So we can check this for each wallet. And if there is none, then we will again set it to 0. But what we get back from this max claimable per wallet is a string. We want to just parse in here to make it a number so that we can use it in some future functions that we create for our application. So with some of this information already, let's create parts of our application here. So in here, we're going to create, I'm going to center this. So we're going to do div. I'm going to create a class name and use the styles.main here. In here, we're going to first check that our metadata for our contract has loaded. So as long as contract metadata is not loading, we will display a div here that we're going to give a class name of hero section, styles.hero section. And in here, we're going to create another div. This one has the class name of styles.collection image. And the image, we're going to display the image using a media renderer from ThirdWeb. And we're going to set the media's source to the contract metadata.image. So again, we can come back to our application here and we can already see that we have the image of our contract displaying right over here. And we have this nice little card being made for us. Right next to the contract's image here, we're going to create another div. And this div is going to have the class name of, and in this div, we're going to display the title of the contract. So we can, again, just get the contract metadata, and then we're going to do .name. And then we'll also display the description of our contract. So we'll do contract metadata .description. So coming back here, you can see we now have the title of our collection and the description as well. Next, we want to display our active claim phase. But what we're going to check is to make sure that it is done loading. So we're going to do active claim phase. And we're going to see if our active claim phase is done loading. If it is not done loading, we're just going to show some loading text here. And if the active claim phase is done loading, we're going to create a div here. And the first thing we're going to show is the claim phase that we are in. And we can get the name of the claim phase from active claim phase dot metadata dot name. And that will get the name of the claim phase for us. We can also display the price of the claim phase that we are in. So we'll do price, and we'll have to do because the price is going to come back in a big number. We have to convert that into we're going to have to convert that using ethers.utils.format. Let's import ethers here real quick. Format units, and what we're going to do is get the active claim phase dot price, and that will give us the price of the current phase that we are in. So again, coming back here, we can now see the claim phase that we're in is owner claim. The price is set to 0 because, again, with the owner claim phase, only the owner can claim, and they can claim as much NFTs as they want for free. Then below that active claim phase, we're going to show the total supply. So we're going to check if the total supply loading and the total claim loading, we're checking that they're not loading anymore and that we have the data to display. If they are, we'll show some loading text. But if they are done loading here, what we'll do is we will just show a little paragraph tag here. We'll say claimed, and we'll display this information here. So first, we're getting the total claim supply. So we're going to do total claimed dot to number. To get the number of that, we're going to then get the total supply of the whole collection, which is going to be total supply dot to number. Save that, and then coming back to our app here, you can see claimed 0 out of 10 or 100 have been claimed. 100 was the total amount of tokens we had, and we haven't claimed anything yet. Right, and then below this, we want to add a button where a user can now claim the NFT. Now we could just add a Web3 button here and just say claim NFT. Now the Web3 button, actually we'll save that and we'll take a look. So the thing with the Web3 button is when it's when a wallet isn't connected, it will show this connect wallet button here. But if you want to show a connect wallet in like a Navbar or something, it's kind of weird to have two buttons here. So when there is a no wallet connected, we want to maybe display something else. So again, just like we did with the Navbar, we can check if there is an address connected to our application. And if there is an address, we can display our web button. And if there is no address, we can just display a prompt of text saying that they need to connect their wallet. So just like that, we can now say, hey, connect your wallet to claim. They can come up here, connect their wallet, and then we have a Web3 button. Now the Web3 button isn't working right now. It just has this loading spinner here. And that's because the Web3 button requires a few things to be able to function. It needs one, the contract address it's interacting with, which in this case is going to be our contract address. And then it needs the action that it's going to perform on that address. So in this case, on our contract here, we can specify that is one, an ERC721 token. And then we can use the claim function. And for this, just this example to show, we're just going to set the claim to 1 here. Later on, we'll just create some buttons and inputs where this will be the amount that the user puts in. But we'll set it to 1. We'll come back to our app. We can now see that the button says claim NFT. If we were to click on that, because we are the admin wallet here, so we should be able to claim one of these NFTs. A transaction will appear. You can see we're not getting charged anything. We just need to pay for the gas. I'll hit confirm. And there you go. We claimed one NFT. We see that our claimed is now 1 out of 100. And again, we can claim another NFT if we want because we're in the owner claim phase. Now, maybe we want to display if a wallet is eligible or not. So if I actually switch accounts here and I switch to a different wallet that isn't the owner wallet, I don't know if I can or cannot claim this NFT. So what we can do is back in our code editor here, we can get the claim eligibility reasoning. So if I come back up here under our max claimable, I'm going to get the data of the claim in eligibility. We'll check the loading of that as well, and we'll use the use claim in eligibility reasons hook. And what we'll have to pass through this is the contract we're checking the claim eligibility for. We'll also have to in here give it some, so again, the contract we're checking it for. We'll have to also specify the wallet address, which is the address that we're checking it for. This could be an empty string as well, so we'll put that. And then the quantity that they're claiming. For this example here, we're just saying that someone's claiming 1, but we will then set that to the quantity that is being claimed. But again, we can check this claim eligibility. And what this claim eligibility reasoning is going to give us back is an array of the reasoning why someone cannot claim if they are ineligible. Now, the array will be empty if they are eligible, so we can use that here where if there is an address, we will also check to see if they have any claim ineligibility. So we're going to check that is claim eligibility loading. And if it is loading, we'll just say loading here. If it's not loading, we'll also check if claim eligibility length is greater than 0. And if it is greater than 0, we're going to display that reasoning. So if we go claim eligibility, we can map through that reason and display the reason why they are ineligible. If they are eligible, we'll take that Web3 button. We're going to, we'll create a div here because we're going to add a few more stuff. We'll add that Web3 button in here. We'll also add some text saying that you are eligible to claim. And we can add in here, and then we'll just say you are eligible to claim, and then we can show the max claimable here, which is the variable that we set earlier of max claimable up here that we're getting from our active claim phase. So you can see coming back to our app, we now see this phase here. There's no button showing, and it says this address is not on the allow list because again, this isn't the owner or the deployer of this contract. But if we switch back here, we'll let it load. You can see you are eligible to claim. The max claimable, it doesn't have a number here just because it is set to unlimited because it is an owner claim right now. But once we go into the next few phases, this will be the number that we set for the max claim. Now we also want the user to be able to choose and select how much NFTs they can claim. So we want to create a little input here where a user can select that. So right below this eligible claim here, we're going to create another div. I'm going to give this the class name styles.claim container. In that claim container, I'm going to create another div. This is going to have the class name of styles.claim value. And then we have our Web3 button that is going to be right next to this. So in this claim value here, we're going to create a button. Where are we? Right there, a button. This button is going to be our decrement button. We'll also have our input here, and then we'll have another button, which is going to be our increment button. The buttons, I'm going to give a class name of styles.claim button. We'll just copy this and set it for the increment button as well. And then for our input, we have our number, our value, and we have our class name, which is going to be claim input. So taking a look at our app here, we have our little input field, and we just need to create some functionality and everything here and set whatever amount that a user has here to the amount that they are going to claim. So coming back to our code editor here, I'm going to scroll up to the top. I'm going to do this above our claim ineligibility. We're going to create first our states here for our claim amount. So we'll just do claim quantity, and we'll set our import use state here. We'll set the default to 1. That will just be our default for our claim quantity. Then we're going to create increment here, which is going to increment our claim amount. But we also want to check if our claim quantity is less than the max claimable, then we will increment it. And if it's not, then we are not going to increment it because we don't want someone to be able to try and claim more than the max sent claimable value. Then we'll create our decrement here. And if it's less than 1, we're just going to, or if it's greater than 1, we'll allow them to decrement it and decrease the value. But we don't want them to also be able to claim a negative amount. So we'll set that over there. Now coming down to the quantity here, we want to make sure that this quantity that we're checking ineligibility for is set to our claim quantity. So whatever they're selecting is what we want to double check if they are eligible for or not. Then down here, the Web3 button, this claim will be our claim quantity as well. For our buttons here, on our decrement button, we're going to set the on click to decrement, and our increment button, we'll set it to increment. Our value here for our input will be our claim quantity. So again, taking a look back at our app, for the owner claim, we won't be able to change this or anything because our max claimable is set to unlimited. So we won't be able to change this here, but as we add on our newer claim phases, we'll be able to increment this accordingly to what we set them to. So the next thing we want to do is set up this My NFTs page, which is going to bring us to our profile page. Right now, we don't have it set up, so it's not going to show anything. But again, we want to be able to show what NFTs a user has depending on their wallet that they have connected. So coming back to our code editor here, we're going to create a new folder in our pages folder called profile. And within that profile folder, we're going to create a new file. I'm just going to call it wallet address in brackets .tsx. And in here, we're going to create that profile page. So I'm going to create our profile page here. We're going to import our styles here and give this a styles of container. Now in our profile page, again, we want to display the owned NFTs of the wallet connected. So we'll first have to get the wallet address of the connected wallet. And then we'll get the owned NFTs of this wallet. So we'll get the owned NFTs. And to get that, we're going to use the used owned NFTs hook from ThirdWeb, which is going to check the contract address that we are going to check, which we need to get our contract address first. So let's get our contract address here using our use contract hook. So we got our contract, and then we're going to check the owned NFTs on the contract. So we're checking what the NFTs owned from that contract that are owned by the wallet address that is connected to our application. So again, down here, we're going to first check if we have an address connected to our app, because if we don't have an address, we'll just say, we'll give it a div here, and then we'll say that they have to connect a wallet. So we'll set the class name to styles.main, and then in there we'll say, please connect your wallet. But if you do have an address or a wallet connected, we can then display we'll just give it a title of profile. And then maybe we want to display the user's address. So we can say wallet address. Now we want to display maybe a shortened version of the user's address, so we can just create our own truncate address here, which will take our address and just slice it up to be a bit shorter. And we will give it our address or empty string here. Below that, we'll just create a horizontal line, create another div under here, and then we'll display my NFTs. Below that, we're going to create a div with the class name of grid, which is going to give us a grid here that we can create. And we're going to use that grid to display our NFTs. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we have all of our NFTs loaded that we have owned. So we're going to check is that we are not loading our owned NFTs anymore. If we are, we're just saying loading. Once we do have that metadata of our owned NFTs, we're going to check that owned NFTs length is greater than 0. Because if they don't own any NFTs, we're just going to show that they own no NFTs. But if they do own some NFTs, then we will map through all of those NFTs. And then we will show here, we'll create a, a div here that will show the NFTs. So we're first going to give it a key, which is going to be NFT.metadata.id. We'll give this a class name of styles.NFT card. And in here, we're going to display the image, and we can display the image of an NFT using third web NFT media. We just need to pass the metadata here, and we can get that from the NFT's metadata. And then we'll display the name of the NFT, which we will get from the NFT.metadata.name. Okay, so coming back to our application here, we can check my NFTs. You can see here that it loads our profile with the wallet address, and it displays my NFTs, which right now is just the one NFT that we own that we minted with our through the admin mint. So now we have our application working. Let's go through some of the different claim phases and how they work. So let's just say you claimed all the NFTs in your owner admin phase. We can come back to our application here. You can also come into NFTs here in your NFT tab. Under claim, you can claim the amount that you want to claim with your admin wallet. Now, let's say you did your admin claim. Actually, let's say we wanted to claim 10 for ourselves. So we'll claim 9 more here. We'll confirm that transaction. And we claimed our 9 NFTs. So we can actually check our app here. You can see that we have 10 out of 100 now claimed. If we check our NFTs, you can now see we own 10 because we just claimed those 10 to our admin wallet, which is that one right there. Now let's look at our other claim phases. So coming back to claim conditions in the left-hand navigation here, we're going to set up the next claim phase. So we're going to add phase. We're going to do allow list. And now allow list allows us to set a specific amount of wallets that can claim in this phase. Now we can select a start date, so you can choose when this is going to start automatically. We can say this is our allow list phase. We can charge for our allow list, so let's just say 0.01 Matic. Let's say there are only going to be 10 NFTs that are sold in this phase. So if you can allocate more for your allow list. So let's just say you have 50 wallet addresses that can collect one NFT each, but you're only going to give it or allow the first 30 people to collect the NFT that are on the allow list. So you can limit to how many NFTs will be actually available within this phase. You can specify that right over here. Now, this is where you can add the allow list. So we have to edit the claimer snapshot. And in here, you can download an example of the snapshot here, which is just going to give you a, let me open ours up here, which is just going to give you the address and the max claimable for that address. So you can specify what wallets can claim and how much they can claim in that phase. You can also do the optional price override and currency. What that will allow you to do is it will add 2 more fields that will allow you to put in the price that that wallet has to pay. So you can give different prices per wallet, and then you can put in the currency that you want them to pay in. We're just going to upload our very simple snapshot here, which is 2 wallet addresses, and they can each claim for 2 maximal claims. You can see the price and the currency is set to the default, which is whatever we set up in our phase. So we're going to add those 2 snapshots there. So those 2 wallets or addresses are in our snapshot. They have to pay 0.01 Matic. And we can save that phase here. We'll confirm that transaction there. And you can now see that we have the allow list claim phase, which is currently active right here. So if we come back to our application here, you can see the claim phase has changed. We are now in the allow list claim phase. The price is now 0.01. We still have claimed 10. We right here have that we are eligible to claim, and the max is 2. So you can see we can toggle up and down here. The max that we can do is 2. And if we switch to another wallet here that isn't on our allow list, we can see this address is not on the allow list and we can't claim any NFTs right now. So that's the allow list claim phase. Again, you can set the wallet addresses and you can even set how much NFTs that wallet can collect, along with if they need to pay a different price. So maybe you have a certain amount of wallet addresses that get to pay a different price compared to the other wallet addresses on your allow list. We'll do the next phase. So we'll add a phase here, which is public with allow list. And now public with allow list, what we can do here is, let's just specify again, maybe there's going to be 50 NFTs in this collection. And the public price is 0.02. And we'll say maybe we can claim 3 NFTs per wallet here. Now we're gonna do edit. Now this, what we set up here, this is available to the public, meaning anyone can claim an NFT as long as they meet these requirements up here. What we can still set is some overrides with a snapshot here. So what we can do is download the templated CSV files here, and we can then specify, let's open up this one here. We can now specify the wallet address, the quantity, and then the price that they get to pay. So let's just say we still have some wallets that were on our previous allow list. We still want to give them the allow list pricing, but the quantity and the time that they have to claim it is going to be as long as there's still inventory left to be claimed. But they can still claim at their 0.01 cost there. So if we come back here, let's add this in here. So again, it's the same 2 wallets. They can still claim 2 at their 0.01 cost. Everyone else can claim up to 3 at the 0.02 cost. So we'll save that phase here. Again, confirm the transaction to save it. We can come back to our application. And back in our application, you can see now we are in that public with allow list phase. The cost for this wallet is 0.02 and the max claimable is 3. But if we change to one of the wallets that we had on that allow list, you can see here the price for this wallet, because it was on our allow list, is 0.01 and the max claimable is 2 at that cost. So that's where public with allow list, you can make special claim phases still available for certain wallet addresses, but the phase is still open to the public. And then finally, the last phase is going to be our public phase. So if we add a phase and go to public, this is where we can set up the amount of NFTs. So let's just say it's the remaining 90 NFTs here, and the public is still 0.02 Matic, and you can claim 3 per wallet. So when we save this phase, this is going to go for every and any wallet connected to our application. This is what the claim criteria is going to be. So we can confirm this transaction here, let that public phase save, and this means no matter what wallet that we have connected, can claim up a max of 3 NFTs, and you can mint it for 0.02. So coming back to our app here, you can see we are now in public phase, 0.02 now for that wallet that we had that was on the allow list before, eligible to claim, and then we can claim up to 3 of those NFTs if we want to. So let's just say we claim 3 here. We'll confirm this transaction. You can see we're getting charged 0.06 Matic for the 3 NFTs. We'll confirm that. You can see the count went up to 13. We can no longer claim because we claimed our 3. So if we come back to our NFTs here, we should have, actually we'll have a lot more now because we had the 10 that we previously had. Once your collection, let's just say your collection sells out, all the NFTs have been claimed. Now it's time to reveal what NFTs everyone has gotten. So to reveal your NFTs, right now, again, they have all these placeholder images. We're going to come back to our contract here, which is our NFT collection contract. We're coming back to the NFTs tab. And if you remember from earlier, we had the reveal NFTs button here, which will allow us to reveal NFTs. Now, reveal NFTs, this is going to reveal the whole collection. So if you do this while you are still selling NFTs, those NFTs that haven't been claimed will still also be revealed. So you want to make sure that when you reveal NFTs, you are set and ready to reveal everything, because all of the metadata of the unclaimed NFTs will also become available. So let's reveal NFTs. You're going to select your placeholder image batch, which is the batch of NFTs here. You're going to put in the password that you created to reveal it. So again, remember, you don't want to forget that password. And then we're going to reveal NFTs. Just confirm that transaction to reveal everything. And there you go. You can see here in our NFTs tab, now all the image and metadata of those NFTs have been revealed. Coming back to our application here, you can now see that we have all of those metadatas revealed for those NFTs as well. So again, that is how you're going to reveal your NFTs once you are ready to do so. Now let's go back to our split contract, right? And under our split contract, let's go under the left-hand navigation under the extension section. We'll go to balances. And you can see here our balance, which is only 0.06, because that's the only transaction that we did that had some form of payment in it. You can see here that we have 0.06, which was the 2 NFTs that we had previously, or 3 NFTs that we had previously purchased in our application. All those balances and funds went into this contract here. And you can see down here, this wallet that's connected is supposed to receive 0.03 of the 0.06, because again, we selected that our main wallet gets 50% of that. And what will happen is we can distribute funds here. So once you are ready to distribute funds to your team or whatever wallets you need to distribute them to, you can distribute funds here, confirm that transaction. We should be receiving 0.03. So once we have received those funds, and you can see that the transaction has successfully gone through, and there you go, we have successfully distributed the funds and everything has gone to their respective wallets. So we know our split contract works, we know all of our claim phases work, but let's just say, we build these applications, but we want to be able to actually host them on a domain and make it live and shareable to other people. So deploying this, our application here, we're going to deploy it on Vercel. So coming back to our application here, I'm just going to open up my terminal and we're going to run Vercel. Now, if you haven't deployed or used Vercel before, we'll add a link down in the description below. All you need to do though is once you have everything set up and installed is to run Vercel. It'll ask us if we want to deploy our application here. We can just hit yes. You can then choose your GitHub account that you're going to deploy to. You can choose if you're going to link it to an existing project. We're going to hit no because this is a brand new project. And we're going to name our project here. So we're just going to call this Third Web, and then we'll call it NFT Collection Test. Which directory is our code located? We'll keep it there. And this is going to take some time, but it's going to upload our application. Actually, do we want to modify settings? We're going to hit no for this. And you can see we can view the inspect site here to see its progress. So you can see here, this is the status of our deployment, which is it's building. And you can watch it through here as it goes through and builds out your application. But once it is done, it'll give us a link to our deployed app. And then you can, again, use that domain and share it or set your own custom domain through Vercel as well. So this is going to take some time. We'll come back and we will click on the link and see if it works once this is finished. Oh, and it looks like we got an error. So we can check again the logs here. Let's just check what is going on here. So it looks like it failed to compile missing key prop. Okay, so I think we mapped through something here and forgot to add our keys. Okay, so it's actually under our claim eligibility here. We mapped through the reasoning and didn't set a key for when we displayed our reason here. So we're going to do index here, and we'll just add a key of index. So that should be good, and then we'll just rerun this and try again. So we'll come back here and then we'll try redeploy here. Cool. So again, we'll come back once this is done. And there you go. We have successfully deployed our app with Vercel. So we can click the visit button right here. Let's open this up. You can see we have our NFT collection showing the description. We are in the public phase, 0.2, 13 out of 100. We have the prompt that says connect our wallet. We can connect our wallet here. And you can see, well, we did our claims already for this wallet. So let's switch here. Let's switch to a wallet that hasn't claimed much NFTs yet. And there you go. We have our 0.0213. We're eligible to claim with a max of 3. We can toggle through, claim our 3. If we check my NFTs, do we have any in this one? We don't have any NFTs in here, but we can come back. We can claim 1 NFT. We're paying that 0.02 for 1. We can confirm the transaction. And there you go. You can see we are now claimed 14 out of 100. Come to our NFTs. And then we have the 1 NFT that we have collected. And there you go. We created a full NFT collection project from start to finish, from creating our smart contract. We went through how to build a front-end application to claim these NFTs. We also did a split contract in case you're working or with a team that you need to split up the earnings or funds with. You can use a split contract to do that. We also went over the different claim conditions and phases, all the way from admin minting to allow list, public with allow list, and the regular public claim phase. So with all of this and put together, we also deployed this application using Vercel, which means you can share this link and domain with people, and other people can go ahead and claim these NFTs. We'll also add a link down in the description to the one that we just deployed. So if you want to check it out and give it a go, you can use that as well. But again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. You found some value in it. And if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on tutorial videos just like this. And if you haven't joined our Discord community and joined the amazing community of builders just like yourself, we'll add a link down in the description below as well. If you need any help or support, you can always drop your questions down in there and we'll be happy to help you out. But again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video, and until next time, see ya.